Howdy folks, how are we all doing? Here's the second video log for today. So, still over at Sleeping Turtles Preserve, but for this video, I actually wanted to point out a different Florida wildflower that oftentimes is underappreciated, but it's still widely known. So we've got ourselves the Biden's alba. Now, in the scientific name of it being called Biden, it rest assured it's not referring to our current president, but Biden's actually refers to the two projections that comes from the plant. So the projections, I believe, are referring to right here, that are directly opposite of each other. And oftentimes, when you look at the leaves, they're a bit more slender. And kind of reminds you of looking at catnip, for those of you who may have grown that before. And as you can see as well, usually on each projection, there's a group of up to 5 separate leaves right here. So generally speaking, when it is further down the plant, it's not as appealing to look at. But when you get towards the top, it's a bit more showy. So when we look at the flower a bit closely, you can see that it, like the anthers, which is the yellow peak, kind of reminds me of looking at a crown, like a king's crown. And then typically with the Biden's alba, it usually has up to 5 individual petals. And oftentimes they're white in color. And this goes by many names. Some include the Romerillo, the Beggartick, and even Spanish needles. So there's like many well-known names. Now, like, apparently, from what I've read, the Biden's alba has a close relative named Biden's postra, something like that. I know it starts with a P, but regardless, oftentimes, many people basically think they're about the same thing, same plant. But regardless, this wildflower has also been seen as a weed too, because usually each plant, they can host up to 3,000 to 6,000 seeds that will eventually germinate and grow more of them. So with that being said, usually if you see one nearby, you're going to see more of them, as they tend to disperse very widely. So yeah, I mean, you can find them practically anywhere in Florida, whether it be at a preserve, a driveway, a roadside ditch, you name it, it's probably there. And that's just because of its capabilities. Now, the crazy thing is, like in some other states, you can also see it as well. Because, yeah, I mean, they usually prefer to be in any temperature above 60 or so degrees Fahrenheit. And what's actually most impressive, too, is their roots actually do have some frost tolerance. So if there ever is like a little frost down here, it's most likely that they will still remain alive. So they're very versatile, as a matter of fact. But rest assured, they're not invasive. However, though, I think I have read, too, like in other parts of the world, such as Europe, for example, or even parts of Asia, it has been seen as an invasive plant. So that's just something to keep in mind for you guys. But yeah, they're a neat plant though. And like oftentimes they're used as a decoction to help treat like common illnesses such as the cold and the flu, for instance. But yeah, as I said, I'm going to actually share an article from the Florida Wildflower Society. They're actually a very neat group that is in the state of Florida. And typically what they do is document any types of wildflowers that they find in the state. And they basically talk about its characteristics and what uses they have. But yeah, you can definitely see that they're just about everywhere. And I'll actually, as a finale for the video, I'll provide you one more little view of the Mayaca. So alright, you guys, thought I would share that with all of you about the Romerillo, or Spanish needles. It has many names that it goes by. But yeah, even though it's seen as a weed to some people, it's still a wildflower. It's just a matter of perspective, what it is that you desire. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and once again, Journey on a Journey is outwards. Take care, folks. See ya.